Am I the a-hole for not taking down pictures of my family in my own home to make my son's new wife feel more comfortable? I, late 50s, am a picture person. I have hundreds up in my home. It started when I was caring for my aunt with Alzheimer's and has just gone from there. I have 3 kids and 4 grandkids, and as you can imagine, I love having photos of them up in my home. My middle son Gavin, 27, is no longer with my 4-year-old grandson Tommy's mom, Helena. They're still friendly and co-parent well, and I see her often enough because I help with Tommy. Last year he married Sherry, also 27, after only being together a few months, but she seemed sweet and like she makes him happy. We had no issues until this summer, when my son asked me to take down any and all pictures that Helena was in to make Sherry more comfortable. I don't have any of her alone, just a few of the entire family, and a few from when Tommy was younger that my son is also in. I said no, it's my home and I like having them up. I certainly have added many with Sherry in them, but it's silly to take some down just because Helena and Gavin are no longer together. It's still a part of our family history. He asked again a few weeks ago, and I gave him the same answer and told him that I'd be happy to explain to Sherry, but he dropped it. He called me yesterday and told me that it was the last time he was going to ask. The pictures needed to come down, or Sherry wouldn't come to our home anymore. I told him that was ridiculous, and he said that it was important to him because they made Sherry jealous, and it was affecting the way she was treating Tommy. I am appalled. Apparently, Tommy mentioned a picture in my house, and Sherry threw a fit, and Gavin says that it's making his life difficult. He brought it up around my daughter, the oldest, who told her younger sister as well, and they both agree Sherry's being ridiculous. I told him, if your wife is treating Tommy poorly because of some pictures in my home, then you need to think if this is the right person. Obviously, he disagrees, but has been hounding me leading up to Thanksgiving. My husband is also on the side of, we do not negotiate with terrorists, but has also pointed out that they are married and we should pick our battles. I'm wondering if I'm missing the forest for the trees. Just a quick edit. If there was abuse, I would have already called CPS. Sherry has decided when Tommy's there to make herself sparse and not be involved with him anymore. I have told Gavin that's not acceptable, and he says he's working on it, but there is nothing to report, and Helena knows all of this. My husband is also on the side of we do not negotiate with terrorists. Freaking MVP. That rotted wench is treating her new stepson like trash and using pictures as an excuse. Even if the pictures come down, the terrorist will ask for more, and the next thing you know, Tommy won't be able to even mention his mother. Then it'll be Tommy's mother can't come to the house to pick him up. Until finally, Tommy should go live with his mother. Gavin married an a-hole. Honestly, Tommy might be better off living with his mom. The new wife is jealous and gets to get the heck over herself. Not the a-hole. My ex-mother-in-law kept photos up of my husband's ex-wife, their wedding photo, etc. Was I uncomfortable? Absolutely. Did I make mention of fit to my husband or her? No. It was my problem. Who am I to say what does or doesn't belong in someone else's home? Not the a-hole. It's nothing like that. I did take down pictures that were just the 2 of them, but she wants them all down. I'm not trying to upset her, but Helena was still a part of our family, and I don't want to take pictures of my grandson down. Not the a-hole. Frankly, if Sherry is having problems with reminders of your son's past, then I question if she won't eventually try to isolate him from the biggest reminder of all, his son. It's his life, and there's nothing you can do about that, but it's not up to you to make her comfortable with his past in your home. Yes, I've told him, and made him very well aware how I feel about her insecurities. I can't make him change, but I'm not changing my home for her. Edit/mini update. Thanks. I won't be removing anything, and if Sherry wants to continue this toddler-like temper tantrum, she is welcome to stay home alone on Thanksgiving. If she wants to grow up and realize that she married a man with a child, she can come, but I'll be having a serious talk with my son. My husband and I are well off and readily help our kids financially. He is welcome to cut me off over this, but I doubt that will happen, as we will react likewise. Next story. Am I the a-hole for not wanting a relationship with my mom after I found about her affair? So me and my mom used to be like best friends, and she overshared everything with me growing up, like way too much honestly LOL, so I always felt like I kinda knew everything about my parents' marriage. From what I saw, it seemed great. They did all that cheesy romantic stuff that would make me cringe, but also made me think, okay, they actually love each other. Then last year, everything just exploded. I still remember the day they split. They had this huge fight, and my mom was saying some really awful stuff to my dad, like calling him ugly and bald and all that. I didn't think too much of it back then, because couples say dumb things when they're mad, right? She hugged me, said bye, and went to stay at my aunt's. I really thought they'd calm down and fix it and we'd all laugh about it later, but nope. They actually separated. At first, I tried to keep good contact with my mom, but it got weird real fast. She started seeing someone almost immediately, and it just felt off. I casually asked her how she met him, and she was like, oh, Starbucks. Then I asked the dude, and he said they met at the gym. Like, hello? Which one is it? It just felt shady. I asked her again once more, and she got annoyed and super closed off. So already something was weird, but I didn't think much about it. Later, I went to stay at my dad's, and then I found out the real reason. I saw some texts on my dad's phone between him and his brother, asking about whether he can offset alimony because of infidelity and all that. I was hoping it was some joke, but I straight up asked him, and he kinda danced around it, but eventually admitted that she had an affair, and everything suddenly made sense. The timing, the weird energy, how fast she moved on. But the part that hit hardest was all those comments she said about my dad's looks. Stuff I brushed off before suddenly came back and slapped me in the face, because I literally look exactly like my dad. He is 6 feet. I am 6'2". We both have dark hair, or at least he used to. He is bald now. Like she called him ugly. And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh cool, so you basically met me too. And honestly, that messed me up so much. I've been thinking about plastic surgery. I even had an online consultation with a surgeon in Florida, which is insane because I never cared that much before. Once I figured out the affair, I started avoiding her. I made excuses constantly, like, oh sorry, I'm busy, or I'm tired, when really I just feel physically sick thinking about seeing her. My chest would get tight and I'd get all weird and nauseous. So I just chose to stay with my dad mostly, and the distance felt easier. And of course, my little brother copied me. He's super shy and spends all his time with me. Once he saw I wasn't going to mom's place, he didn't want to go either. He's the kind of kid who would stop eating if I finish my meal. He does everything I do. But I promise I never told him not to go. He just refuses to go alone. He's always been uncomfortable around new people, and now mom literally moved her affair partner into the house. My brother takes months to warm up to anyone. So yeah, he's not vibing with the new guy at all. He just feels safer with me and dad. Mom kept trying to meet up, but I couldn't do it. I finally texted her and explained everything. How I knew about the affair, how her comments about dad made me feel like crap about myself, and how I can't be around her and don't want a relationship with her right now, and probably never. I told her I'm not stopping my brother from seeing her. He just doesn't want to go without me. My mom called my dad and accused him of separating her babies from her. It got so bad that my dad is asking me to visit her, and I refused to. And I'm certainly not going to allow anyone to force my brother to see her either. Now some relatives are saying that I'm being too harsh and that she's still my mom. But like, she's the one who blew up our family. And I'm the one who has to deal with all the emotional fallout? I don't feel like I owe her a relationship at this point. Am I the a-hole? Some relatives are telling that I'm being too harsh. Some relatives on your mom's side, do they even know? Cheaters don't only betray their spouses, they betray their whole family. Support your dad and only see your mom if you want. And let your brother know. She may not like it, but you will just be telling the truth. They might. I think my aunt on my mom's side knows. Which means they approve of cheating by proxy if they are on you instead of her. She doesn't like how it makes her look. That's it. Because if she can still see her kids, that means she's still a good mom, and therefore a good person. This breaks that, and that would require facing what she's done. Yeah, that's not happening. My mom basically became my dad's roommate after he became crippled. I don't think she was ever attracted to him in the first place. He was just safe. When I was 7, like a switch flipped in my mom's head because her best friend was getting a divorce. Guess who now wanted one too? She treated him and us like trash for months, then never was honest with her doctor about her mood swings. Then made it our problem. I won't get into it, but I have the moment I could no longer trust her burned into my head. My sister, who is closer to my mother and who now also has kids, keeps trying to excuse it, and I'm just about done with everyone. Hey man, I just looked at your profile, and I'm really sorry for everything you've been through. You're a pretty strong guy, and I hope everything works out well for you. Next story. Am I the a-hole after kicking my boyfriend out for calling my daughter a snitch and spoiled brat? I, 38 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 34 male, for a couple of years now. I have an 8-year-old daughter from a previous relationship, and he has a 4-year-old son from a previous relationship. My boyfriend and I have always bumped heads on parenting styles and discipline when it comes to the kids. Please give me some tips on how blended families get through this. He has told me that his son is 4 years old and doesn't know any better yet, and my daughter is 8 and should already know how to act. He's complained about her on occasion and says that my daughter is disrespectful and that I coddle her too much, and that it's not right that I have to tell her more than once to do something. I say she's a kid. My daughter's dad is in jail and no longer a part of her life, so she craves that fatherly figure and affection. My boyfriend has shared custody of his son with a baby mama, so the dynamic is a little different with the 2 kids. My boyfriend has refused to hold her hand or give her affection because he says it's weird. He would get upset when she brought up old memories involving other male figures in her life and would tell her to go hold their hand instead. Last weekend, he got upset because my daughter left her plate on the table after breakfast and told her to stop being a spoiled brat and to put her plate away. He had also been telling her to stop being a snitch earlier that day because she wanted to inform him that his son was doing something he wasn't supposed to. It really hurt me to see my daughter cry. I asked him why he was being so mean and to apologize to her, but he refused, so I kicked him out of my house. He says that I'm too dramatic and that calling someone a spoiled brat isn't even that bad, and that he wants to teach her how to be respectful and to listen to parents. Am I being too harsh kicking him out of my house? Nah, he can stay gone. He's abusing your child. He is verbally abusive and emotionally dismissive towards her. Never would I accept that as a mother. You're the a-hole if you expose your poor daughter to that sad excuse of a man. She's been with him for a couple of years. I bet he's been doing this the whole time. If I was the kid, I'd be wondering why mommy lets this a-hole come over and treat me like that. You're the a-hole if you let this POS back into your home, your life, or your daughter's life. Do not do this to young girls. It simply teaches them that it's okay to cop abuse from a man. No, no, no. Why are you still dating him? He doesn't love your child. He will always favor his. He most certainly won't call his son a snitch when his son is old enough to inform on his sister. Kicking him out was light work. Either end the relationship or prepare for a child who will never trust you. Signed, a child of divorce who went to prison thanks to mom's ex hitting her. Last story. Am I the a-hole for not including my estranged daughter in my will? My daughter, 32 female, has cut off all contact with me, 64 male, and my entire family 8 years ago after she got married. Her husband was an a-hole to me and our entire family and was so disrespectful to all of us, especially me. He had this sick kink of being the most important man in her life. I've tried telling her that he isn't good for her, but she basically told me to go F myself, and she went and married him anyways. None of us were invited, and we were all blocked by her on everything. We do know she's fine and well. She lives in the same neighborhood as a buddy of mine, and she has 2 kids now and is pregnant again. I've tried going over there a few times, and so did my wife, after she gave birth, but she kept yelling at us and kicking us out, so we gave up. Right now, I'm redoing my will. Not really sick or anything like that. Still in relatively good health. Just want to finalize things, and I'm thinking of disinheriting her. If she doesn't want me or my family in her life while I'm alive, she should not get anything from me when I'm gone. I want to leave everything I have to the kids that actually care about me and my wife, and are there. My wife and other kids all agree with me. But a little part of me that still remembers that little girl is having a hard time with it. She's still my daughter, and leaving her absolutely nothing just feels wrong. But again, she rejected all of us, so I don't know. Would I be the a-hole if I actually do it? Not the a-hole, but I would ask your lawyer, whoever's helping you prepare your will, what is the proper procedure in disinheriting, or if maybe giving her the minimum tiny amount of money will make it so she can't contest the will later and make trouble for your wife and your other children. Sometimes just mentioning they are your child and have been specifically excluded is reason enough. You, local area depending, do not have to include all children, but if you do not mention them at all, it's reason to contest as oversight. You can look up inheritance laws in your area if you aren't using an attorney. My grandfather was the one who estranged himself from the family. When he died, his will stated that he was purposely not leaving anything to his children, and he named both of them. I've been estranged from my egg donor for almost 12 years. I don't expect to get a damn thing from her. I doubt your daughter expects a thing from you, not the a-hole. This seems true whether the daughter has removed OP and the rest of the family from her life for what outsiders would consider valid reasons, or because her husband is manipulating her, or because she's just a jerk in her own right. And we on Reddit can never really know. The consequence is the same. If she does not wish to have a relationship with her family during life, she forfeits and most likely does not expect to receive any inheritance. Not the a-hole, it is your estate. Do you really want your son-in-law profiting from all your hard work? Although inheritance is not community property, given his attitude and her supporting of it, you know anything she inherits will be joint. Make sure you have an attorney do the proper language that shows she is actively disinherited. And I would also tell your heir children of your intent, so they don't have one of those nutcase posts years from now about sharing inheritance.